The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, April 29th promise a dramatic episode packed with emotional twists, dangerous fallout, and shocking surprises that could change everything for several key characters in Genoa City. As the aftermath of the warehouse explosion continues, everyone involved will be forced to face the truth about what happened. Some relationships may grow stronger, while others could begin to crack under pressure. Between Billy Abbott's shocking move, Nick Newman's emotional crisis, and unexpected news for Dr. Stephanie Simmons, viewers should expect a fast-moving episode with major consequences. Let's start with Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra. Billy has been trying to build a stable future with Sally, but in true Genoa City fashion, peace never lasts for long. Sally recently stunned Billy when she revealed that she is pregnant. The news changed everything in an instant. What once felt like a growing romance now carries much bigger responsibilities. Sally's announcement caught Billy off guard, but he has been trying to process what this means for their future. While Billy often acts impulsively, this time the stakes are higher than ever. He is not only thinking about Sally anymore. There is now a child involved, and that reality may push Billy toward a major decision. Spoilers say Billy shocks Sally during Wednesday's episode. That leaves many possibilities open. One possibility is that Billy proposes marriage. It would certainly be the kind of bold, emotional move that could leave Sally speechless. Billy may decide that if they are going to have a family together, then he wants to make it official and give their relationship a stronger foundation. But this is Genoa City, where nothing is ever that simple. Another possibility is that Billy reveals serious trouble involving Victor Newman. Victor has been making moves behind the scenes, and Billy may have discovered just how dangerous things are becoming. If Billy brings Sally into the loop about Victor's plans, that news alone could shock her. Victor allegedly created artificial evidence suggesting Phyllis Summers stole from Newman Enterprises. There are also claims that emails exist tying Billy to the situation. If Billy learns he is being framed or dragged into Victor's strategy, Sally may suddenly realize their lives are about to become far more complicated. That kind of pressure would hit Sally hard. She is already dealing with pregnancy emotions, uncertainty about the future, and questions about whether Billy is truly ready for commitment. If legal trouble or corporate war enters the picture now, Sally could begin wondering if stability with Billy is even possible. At the same time, Sally has always been strong and resourceful. She has survived worse situations before. Rather than panic, she may decide to stand beside Billy and help him fight back. Still, whatever Billy says will catch her completely off guard. Whether it is a proposal, a confession, or a warning, Wednesday's episode appears set to change the direction of Billy and Sally's relationship in a big way. Meanwhile, another much darker storyline unfolds far from Genoa City. Nick Newman is about to face one of the hardest truths of his life. In Las Vegas, Nick has been caught in a dangerous rescue mission involving Sharon Newman, Noah Newman, Adam Newman, and the threatening Matt Clark. What began as a tense attempt to save loved ones quickly spiraled into chaos. Now, after a terrifying warehouse explosion, the group's survival hangs in the balance. But even if they escape alive, Nick may walk away with emotional damage that cannot be ignored. Spoilers reveal Nick will be horrified as Adam forces him to confront the truth about his pill addiction. That means Nick's recent dependence on medication has become impossible to hide. Nick has long been one of the stronger, steadier members of the Newman family. He is usually the one others depend on during a crisis. But now he is the one falling apart, and Adam is the person pushing him to admit it. That alone creates powerful tension. Nick and Adam have spent years clashing over family issues, trust, and old resentments. Even when they work together, conflict usually follows. So for Adam to become the one delivering tough love to Nick is a major role reversal. Nick may not take it well. He could deny the problem, lash out, or blame the stress of recent events. But deep down, he likely knows Adam is right. And that realization may be the most painful part of all. The warehouse crisis exposed Nick's weakness at the worst possible time. Instead of helping everyone escape, he became part of the problem after reacting badly to drugs he had taken. That mistake may haunt him long after the fire is out. As Wednesday's episode begins, emotions will run high, and Nick's horror may come not just from what happened in the warehouse, but from seeing what he has become. As the dust settles after the terrifying warehouse explosion, the emotional fallout begins to hit everyone involved. Survival may bring relief, but it also brings consequences. On Wednesday's episode of The Young and the Restless, the people who escape that nightmare will now be forced to face truths they can no longer ignore. At the center of it all is Nick Newman. For years, Nick has carried himself as one of the most dependable people in Genoa City. He has always tried to be the steady one in the middle of chaos. Whether protecting family, helping Sharon, or stepping in during Newman family battles, Nick usually handles pressure better than most. But now, that image is starting to crack. The warehouse ordeal exposed a side of Nick that few people expected to see. Instead of being the hero in a rescue mission, he became physically weak and mentally overwhelmed after taking dangerous pills. His reaction slowed everything down and may have placed others in even greater danger. That reality is hard enough. What makes it worse is that Adam Newman sees the full picture. Adam has never been afraid to say what others avoid. While Victor can manipulate and Victoria can judge, Adam tends to confront people directly. Sometimes brutally. And now, Nick is the one standing in front of Adam's hard truth. Spoilers say Adam forces Nick to deal with his addiction issues. That likely means there will be no soft landing and no comforting excuses. Adam may tell Nick exactly what no one else has dared to say, that he has a real problem, and it nearly got everyone killed. Nick could react with anger first. He may accuse Adam of using the moment to feel superior. He may claim Adam is exploiting a vulnerable situation. He may even try to turn the conversation back toward Adam's own mistakes. But Adam may refuse to back down. That could create one of the most intense brother confrontations viewers have seen in a long time. Both men know each other's weaknesses. Both carry years of resentment. And both have changed enough recently to make this clash feel different from the past. For Adam, this may actually come from concern. Despite all their history, Adam may genuinely not want to lose Nick. He knows what self-destruction looks like. He understands how pain can turn into addiction and how denial can destroy lives. So when Adam pushes Nick, it may be because he recognizes the warning signs too clearly. Nick, however, may not be ready to hear it. Admitting addiction means admitting vulnerability. It means accepting that he is not in control. For someone like Nick, who prides himself on strength and responsibility, that may feel unbearable. And yet, the evidence is right in front of him. He nearly collapsed during a life or death situation. He risked not only himself, but Sharon, Noah, and Adam too. If Matt Clark had not already created chaos, Nick's condition alone could have been enough to doom the mission. That truth may be what horrifies him most. Sometimes the scariest moment is not the explosion or the danger around you. Sometimes it is the moment you realize you have become someone you no longer recognize. Nick could now be standing in exactly that moment. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman is also processing everything that happened. She has always shared a deep connection with Nick, no matter how many times life has taken them in different directions. Seeing Nick in this condition may reopen old feelings, both loving and painful. Sharon may feel sympathy, concern, and heartbreak all at once. She knows Nick's good heart better than almost anyone. She knows how much pressure he puts on himself and how often he tries to carry everyone else's pain. That burden may have led him here. But Sharon also knows she cannot save him if he refuses to save himself. That could create emotional scenes between them as Nick struggles with shame and Sharon struggles with helplessness. Then there is Noah Newman. Watching his father fall apart in a crisis could deeply affect Noah. Children often see parents as strong and dependable, even into adulthood. Seeing Nick vulnerable, impaired, and exposed may shake Noah's trust and change how he views his father. At the same time, Noah may feel protective. He may want Nick to get help before things become worse. He may also resent that this happened during a mission where lives were on the line. The Newman family has always faced drama, but addiction introduces a different kind of battle. It cannot be solved through money, power, or revenge. It requires honesty, accountability, and difficult healing. And that is something this family has never handled easily. Back in Genoa City, word of the warehouse explosion could begin spreading fast. Once Victor Newman hears what happened, his reaction may be fierce. He may focus on Matt Clark, but he may also become alarmed by Nick's condition. Victor values strength, and seeing one of his sons lose control could trigger both anger and concern. Victoria may respond differently. She may become judgmental, seeing Nick's addiction as weakness or recklessness. But even she could be shaken if the truth is severe enough. No matter how each family member reacts, one thing is clear. Nick can no longer pretend nothing is wrong. The pills, the collapse, the danger, and Adam's confrontation have brought everything into the open. Now Nick must choose what happens next. Will he seek treatment and face recovery? Will he deny everything and spiral further? Or will the Newman family's usual chaos distract everyone long enough for the problem to grow worse? Wednesday's episode sets the stage for a powerful emotional turning point. Nick survived the explosion. But surviving himself may be the harder battle. Wednesday's episode of The Young and the Restless continues to unfold in the aftermath of the warehouse explosion, and the emotional pressure across Genoa City keeps rising. What began as a dangerous rescue mission has now turned into a chain reaction of consequences that affect multiple families and relationships. While Nick Newman is dealing with his personal crisis, another major storyline is taking shape involving Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra. Billy's sudden shift in behavior is becoming impossible to ignore. Sally recently revealed that she is pregnant, a life-changing moment that immediately shifted the direction of their relationship. What was once a complicated romance has now become something far more serious, forcing both of them to think about long-term responsibility, stability, and trust. But in true Genoa City fashion, peace does not last long. Spoilers indicate that Billy Abbott delivers shocking news that completely catches Sally off guard. This moment is expected to be emotional, unpredictable, and potentially life-altering for both characters. Billy has been under increasing pressure lately. Between personal struggles, family conflicts, and outside threats involving powerful enemies, his life has not been stable. Now, with a baby possibly on the way, every decision carries more weight than ever before. Sally, on the other hand, is already adjusting to unexpected change. Pregnancy is not something she planned, and it forces her to reconsider everything: her relationship, her future, and the kind of life she wants to build. Sally is strong, independent, and ambitious, but she is also facing uncertainty on multiple fronts. When Billy finally reveals his shocking news, it could go in several directions. One possibility is a sudden emotional decision about commitment. Billy may decide that becoming a father changes everything, and he could make a bold move toward stability, possibly even proposing marriage or asking Sally to fully commit to a shared future. Another possibility is much darker. Billy could reveal that outside forces are putting him under pressure. Victor Newman's influence continues to cast a shadow over many storylines, and there are growing concerns about manipulated evidence, corporate manipulation, and legal traps involving Newman Enterprises. If Billy believes he is being targeted or framed, that could instantly change the tone of his conversation with Sally. Instead of romance and excitement, the moment could shift into fear and uncertainty. Sally may be forced to ask herself whether she is stepping into a stable future or walking into a storm she cannot control. At the same time, Billy's emotional state may not be completely steady either. He tends to act quickly under pressure, and that impulsive nature could lead to decisions that surprise even him. That unpredictability is exactly what makes his news so impactful. Whatever he says, Sally will not see it coming. This is not just a simple update or casual conversation. It is a turning point that could define the next chapter of their relationship. Elsewhere, tension continues to rise from the fallout of the explosion. Adam Newman remains deeply involved in the crisis surrounding Nick. Their dynamic is shifting into something more intense than usual sibling rivalry. This is no longer about past grudges or family competition. It is about survival, accountability, and truth. Adam's tough approach toward Nick may continue in this episode. He is not interested in sugarcoating reality. Instead, he seems determined to force Nick to confront the consequences of his actions. That approach, however, is likely to create resistance. Nick is already emotionally overwhelmed. Being pushed by Adam may feel like judgment instead of support, even if Adam's intentions are partly protective. This tension between the brothers adds another layer of emotional complexity to an already chaotic situation. Meanwhile, the Newman family at large remains unaware of the full extent of what happened in Las Vegas. Once details begin to spread, reactions are expected to be intense and divided. Some may focus on revenge against Matt Clark, while others may be more concerned about Nick's condition and mental state. Victor Newman's reaction, in particular, could be severe once he learns the truth. He is known for reacting strongly when family is threatened, but he also expects strength and control from his children. Nick's vulnerability may not align with Victor's expectations, creating another potential conflict within the family. Back in Genoa City, Dr. Stephanie Simmons also finds herself in the spotlight as surprising news reaches her. Spoilers reveal that Stephanie is stunned by unexpected information that could change everything. While details remain unclear, this development suggests that Stephanie may be pulled deeper into the ongoing drama than she anticipated. Whether it is professional, personal, or related to the larger fallout from recent events, the news she receives will clearly have a strong impact. Stephanie is known for her composure and intelligence, so the fact that she is stunned suggests the information is significant and possibly disruptive. This could connect to medical concerns, relationship complications, or even hidden truths being revealed as the aftermath of recent chaos continues to spread. No matter the source, her reaction signals that Genoa City's ripple effects are far from over. As Wednesday continues, multiple storylines are converging toward emotional turning points. Billy's shocking revelation to Sally, Nick's confrontation with Adam, and Stephanie's unexpected news all point to a single theme: nothing in Genoa City stays calm for long. The Young and the Restless continues its intense Wednesday, April 29th episode with consequences from the warehouse explosion still unfolding, and every character now dealing with the emotional and psychological aftermath in their own way. In Las Vegas, the situation surrounding Nick Newman is becoming even more serious. Nick's condition is no longer something that can be ignored or brushed aside. After the chaos of the explosion and the failed rescue attempt, it has become clear that his use of pills played a major role in how events spiraled out of control. What should have been a coordinated escape turned into confusion, delay, and life-threatening risk. Now, Adam Newman is forcing the issue directly. This is not a gentle conversation or a supportive family moment. It is a confrontation designed to break through denial. Adam is pushing Nick to face what he has been avoiding: his growing dependence on medication and the dangerous consequences that come with it. Nick is horrified, not just by what happened, but by what it reveals about himself. For someone who has always tried to be the responsible one, the realization that he may have endangered others is deeply unsettling. That sense of guilt is likely to weigh heavily on him in this episode. Adam's approach may feel harsh, but it is direct. He is not interested in letting Nick hide behind excuses or emotional avoidance. Instead, he is pushing him toward accountability, even if it causes conflict between them. That dynamic creates a difficult emotional tension. Nick and Adam have a long history filled with mistrust, rivalry, and occasional cooperation. But this situation is different. It is no longer about business, family status, or old grudges. It is about survival, honesty, and whether Nick is willing to acknowledge a serious problem. Nick may struggle with that acceptance. Denial is a common response in moments like this. He could try to minimize the situation, argue that it was a one-time issue, or shift blame onto stress and external pressure. But the evidence of what happened in the warehouse is difficult to ignore. He saw firsthand how things fell apart. And deep down, he likely knows Adam is not entirely wrong. Meanwhile, Adam's motivation is more complex than simple confrontation. Despite their complicated relationship, there is still a connection between the brothers. Adam may be frustrated, but there is also concern underneath his tough exterior. He has seen addiction and self-destruction before, and he recognizes the warning signs. That makes his pressure on Nick more personal than it appears. Elsewhere, Sharon Newman continues to process everything that happened during the explosion and rescue attempt. Sharon has always had a strong emotional connection to Nick, and seeing him in such a vulnerable and compromised state affects her deeply. She may feel torn between concern for his well-being and frustration over his choices. She understands Nick's emotional patterns better than most people. He takes responsibility for others but often neglects his own needs. That imbalance may have contributed to his current condition. Sharon's role in this episode may be more supportive but also emotionally conflicted. She wants Nick to be safe, but she also cannot ignore the reality of how serious things have become. Noah Newman is also impacted by everything that unfolded. Seeing his father's struggle in a high-pressure life-or-death situation may shift Noah's perspective. It is one thing to know your parent is human. It is another to see them lose control in a moment of crisis. That experience could leave a lasting impression on him. At the same time, Noah may also feel protective. Despite disappointment or confusion, family loyalty remains strong, and he may want Nick to seek help before things worsen. The Newman family dynamic is now entering a fragile phase. Once word spreads beyond Las Vegas, reactions in Genoa City are expected to intensify. Victor Newman, in particular, is likely to respond strongly. He is known for controlling situations and protecting his family at all costs, but he also has high expectations of strength and discipline. Nick's vulnerability may not fit Victor's image of what a Newman should be. Victoria Newman's reaction could also be complicated. While she may be concerned, she might also struggle with frustration over how this situation unfolded during such a critical moment. As the family processes what happened, attention will likely split between two major issues: the external threat of Matt Clark and the internal crisis involving Nick. Both problems demand attention, but only one can be fully addressed at a time. Meanwhile, in Genoa City, Billy Abbott's storyline continues building tension with Sally Spectra. Billy's upcoming revelation is still hanging over their relationship, and the uncertainty is creating emotional strain. Sally is already adjusting to the news of her pregnancy, and any additional shock from Billy could completely shift her perspective on their future. This is a moment filled with unpredictability. Billy may be preparing to make a bold emotional decision, or he may be reacting to outside threats that force him into a more defensive mindset. Either way, his news will not be simple or easy to process. Sally's reaction will likely reflect both surprise and concern. She is trying to build stability, but Genoa City rarely allows stability to last. If Billy brings conflict, danger, or sudden commitment into the conversation, Sally will be forced to reassess everything quickly. At the same time, Dr. Stephanie Simmons' storyline continues to develop quietly but significantly. The surprising news she receives is clearly impactful enough to leave her stunned. That suggests a revelation that challenges her expectations or forces her into an unexpected situation. Whether it connects to medical developments, personal relationships, or larger citywide fallout, Stephanie's reaction signals that she may become more involved in ongoing drama than she originally intended. Her composed nature makes this reaction especially notable. When someone like Stephanie is caught off guard, it usually means the stakes are high. As this episode continues, multiple storylines are converging toward emotional tipping points. Nick is being forced toward self-awareness. Billy is preparing a life-changing revelation. Sally is trying to hold on to stability while facing uncertainty. And Stephanie is receiving news that disrupts her calm world. Everything in Genoa City is shifting at once, setting the stage for even bigger developments ahead. Wednesday's episode of The Young and the Restless closes with emotions still running high across Genoa City and Las Vegas, as every major storyline continues building toward longer-term consequences that no one can easily escape. In Las Vegas, Nick Newman remains at the center of the most intense emotional fallout. After the warehouse explosion and the chaotic rescue attempt, Nick is now fully confronted with the reality of his situation. What began as a desperate mission to save Sharon, Noah, and Adam has turned into a deeply personal crisis about control, responsibility, and addiction. Adam Newman continues pressing the issue without hesitation. He is not letting Nick avoid the truth, and that is making the conversation extremely uncomfortable. Nick is forced to face the fact that his actions during the mission were not just a minor mistake, they directly contributed to the danger everyone experienced. This realization leaves Nick horrified. It is one thing to struggle privately. It is another to realize that your struggle affected the safety of people you were trying to protect. That emotional weight is heavy, and it may take time for Nick to fully process it. Adam's tough love approach continues to divide the moment. While it may feel harsh, it is also pushing Nick toward acknowledgement. And acknowledgement is the first step toward change. Still, Nick is not likely to accept everything immediately. Pride, guilt, and denial may all collide as he tries to make sense of what happened. This sets up a major turning point for Nick's future. Whether he chooses to seek help or continue resisting will likely shape his storyline moving forward. Meanwhile, back in Genoa City, Billy Abbott's situation reaches a critical emotional moment with Sally Spectra. Billy's shocking news finally lands, and it completely disrupts Sally's expectations. After already revealing her pregnancy, Sally thought she was beginning to understand the direction of their relationship. Instead, Billy introduces a twist that changes the emotional tone entirely. The moment is intense, unexpected, and deeply personal. Sally is forced to react quickly, but internally she is processing multiple layers of emotion at once: surprise, uncertainty, and concern about what this means for their future. Billy's decision, whatever it fully involves, is clearly influenced by pressure from multiple directions. His personal life, family conflicts, and external threats are all converging at the same time, making it difficult for him to think clearly or calmly. That pressure may explain why his announcement feels so sudden and dramatic. For Sally, the challenge is determining whether this new development brings them closer together or pushes them further apart. She is already dealing with the reality of impending motherhood, and now she must also consider whether Billy is truly stable enough for the journey ahead. Nothing feels certain anymore. Elsewhere, Dr. Stephanie Simmons experiences her own unexpected turning point. The news she receives is significant enough to leave her visibly stunned, suggesting that it is not routine or minor information. Instead, it appears to be something that disrupts her sense of control or changes her understanding of a situation she thought was stable. Stephanie's reaction indicates that she may be pulled deeper into Genoa City's ongoing turmoil. Whether this involves medical developments, personal revelations, or hidden connections emerging from recent events, her storyline is clearly about to expand. Her composed personality makes this moment even more impactful. When someone like Stephanie is shaken, it signals that the information she receives carries real weight. As the episode moves toward its final moments, the larger picture becomes clearer. Nick is facing a personal reckoning that could redefine his future. Billy and Sally are navigating an emotional crossroads that could permanently alter their relationship. Stephanie is being drawn into unexpected circumstances that may connect to broader events in the city. And all of it is happening at the same time. The warehouse explosion may have ended physically, but its emotional aftermath is only beginning. Trust is being tested. Relationships are being reshaped. And hidden problems are finally coming to the surface. Wednesday's episode doesn't just focus on one storyline, it connects multiple lives through consequences, forcing every character to confront change whether they are ready or not. Genoa City is entering another unstable chapter, and nothing will stay the same for long.